your Pokemon experience right away or when it's available. Pokemon Go is a free augmented reality mobile game on iOS and Android where the main goal is to catch Pokemon in your neighborhood. For now, only the Pokemon from Generation 1 are available to catch. However, what's available for players to catch is dependent upon their location. While catching Pokemon is the main focus, there are other goals as well, such as visiting Pokestops and gyms, strengthening and evolving your Pokemon, and hatching eggs. Pokemon can be found in a variety of places as long as the Pokemon Go app is open. Pokemon will appear on the game's GPS map, and your phone will buzz to indicate when a new one is nearby. If you want to catch it, simply tap the Pokemon to initiate the capture phase. It is also possible to use the item Incense to temporarily increase the chances of a Pokemon appearing while walking, or, alternatively, you can install a lure module at a Pokestop by tapping the blank area above the landmark emblem. This will temporarily lure Pokemon to that Pokestop, and not just for you, but other Pokemon trainers too. As for finding new Pokemon outside your immediate area, well, you're gonna have to get out there and explore. That's a tough one, so as we've already mentioned, the types of Pokemon you can find change depending on the region. But if you're looking for a specific Pokemon in your area, there is a nearby Pokemon icon in the bottom right corner of the map that will show up to 9 Pokemon that are close, along with footstep symbols, which display how close you are to that Pokemon. 3 steps means it's within a kilometer, 2 steps 100 meters, 1 step means it's within just 10 meters, and no steps means you will encounter it soon. If you want to find a specific Pokemon, tap its icon to highlight it. This will change the nearby Pokemon icon to that particular Pokemon and its footsteps, making it slightly easier to pinpoint as you roam around. The map will also show shaking grass at times, which indicates a Pokemon should be around that area, though it's not always a guarantee. Unlike traditional Pokemon battles, you don't actually fight the wild Pokemon in Go. Instead, you just throw Pokeballs until one actually hits the Pokemon and captures it, but it only counts if it hits the Pokemon first before it touches the ground. Now during battle, a circle will appear around the Pokemon that comes in 3 colors, green, orange, and red, which respectively represent easy, medium, and hard catches. This dictates how likely a Pokemon is to break out of a Pokeball, and if a more difficult Pokemon escapes several balls in a row, it might run away. Fortunately, there are several items that can help better the odds of a successful capture, such as Great and Ultra Balls, as well as raspberries that can be fed to the Pokemon to make the next Pokeball thrown have a higher chance of capture. The colored circles serve another purpose though. It's not just capturing the Pokemon that matters, but how well you time the throw. So normally, each capture nets you 100 XP by default, though you'll get a 500 XP bonus if it's a new Pokemon. But you can increase that XP count even more the closer that colored circle is to the center of the stationary white one at the time of capture. So you'll receive a nice bonus of 10 XP if it's close, a great bonus of 50 XP if it's even closer, and an excellent bonus of 100 XP if it's dead center. And if that's not enough, you can net another minor bonus of 10 XP if you catch the Pokemon with a curveball, which you can do by shaking the Pokeball until it sparkles and then immediately flicking it. You can also double the XP you receive if a lucky egg item is used and in effect. Well, you can evolve them to start. Besides experience points, catching a Pokemon will always net the player 100 Stardust and 3 candies for that specific Pokemon's evolutionary chain. These items are required to make your Pokemon stronger, increase HP, and eventually evolve, both of which increase their combat power, or CP for short, and the higher the CP, the stronger the Pokemon. But there is a bit more to it, namely in relation to the Stardust. When you look at your Pokemon's CP, you will see an arc that a white line is filling in. This is the Pokemon's potential, and it is broken up by percentages. Every 20%, the amount of Stardust needed to increase the Pokemon's power will increase as well. The first 20% is 200 Stardust, 21 to 40% is 400 Stardust, and so on until the maximum of 1000 Stardust. However, even if you have the right amount of Stardust, you won't be able to increase your Pokemon's CP past a certain percentage until your trainer level is high enough. The higher the level, the farther you can push its power on the scale. While one piece of candy is used for each power increase, the candies are mainly used to evolve Pokemon. Different Pokemon require different amounts of candy to evolve. but it's usually either 12, 25, 50, or 100. The lone exception is Magikarp, which requires 400 of its candies to evolve. Evolution will increase the Pokemon's CP, but it will not affect the CP scale.